Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
In 2021, 4 years ago, I made a tweet, and the tweet referenced my women's only gym, the girls spot, and being trans inclusive. Now, when I made that tweet in 2021, I had just announced my plans to open a women's only gym. I hadn't thought out the vision or the mission or what it would entail, but all I knew is that I wanted to open a gym. We are now 4 years later, and I have had a great deal of time to figure that out. The Girls Spot Gym exists as a safe space for women because women are facing gym harassment, sexual assault, and sexual violence inside of gyms, and I know that because I'm a victim of it. So the meaning of the Girls Spot Gym is now entirely different, and I say this to say that whilst we are a gym, inside we are focusing on self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing classes, as well as workshops and activations around PCOS and training on your menstrual cycle, all of which occur to biological women. Majority of the women who are seeking my women's only gym, the Girls Spot, are coming here because they have faced some level of gym intimidation or sexual violence and assault that has been perpetrated by men. So as the owner of the gym, it is very important to make it clear how my women's only gym will be operating, and it will be operating as a single sex space for biological women. Now, we do believe that everybody deserves a safe space, and there are many gyms that are starting to have mixed cubicles and changing rooms so that individuals can feel safer and more included in these environments. But the Girls Spot Gym as a standalone is a female-only gym because it is imperative that I stick to the vision and the mission and ensure that these women feel safe.
Now, I know a lot of you are not going to like my take, and if you don't like my take, put it down in the comment section down below and we can all have a discussion there. But I don't know if you guys have heard of this story. It's been going around for quite some time regarding this specific woman's female-only gym that she has been building and has been set to be open for quite some time now. And I think she's just bullcrapping and changing on what she initially believed in because of the fact that there are a lot of men saying they were going to come to her gym just to prove a point. But just for context, I'm going to post a video that she made prior to her opening this gym, and then you'll see the reason why my opinions are the way they are.
Okay, so I just want to address this because when my tweet went viral on Twitter, I got so many questions and so many DMs asking if trans women are welcome at my women's only gym. And you guys are hearing it first. Of course, trans women are welcome at my women's only gym. I don't see trans women as trans women. I see trans women as women. And if you identify as a woman, then you're of course welcome. So I don't want to have this question anymore. 100%, any minority group, plus size women, women of color, Muslim women, of course you're welcome at my gym. My gym is going to be a community, it's going to be a collective, and it's just going to be a space for women, by women. So 100,000% trans women are welcome at my gym.
And the reason I think she's bullcrapping is because now that she's actually finally put in the work and the labor to open this gym, and now she's actually having issues where people are saying that what happens when trans women want to come to this gym. Now she's facing real life consequences and real life problems that she has to rectify, and this is the only way she's able to do that. She now has to come out and make a video saying that this gym is only for biological women, which are the only women in this world. But now she has to come out and make a video to try and save face, to say that this is only for these specific women, when prior to this she was also inclusive of everyone. But then when it came down to it and she saw the problems this whole ABCD nonsense causes, she changes. That's the reason I have an issue with this. When the consequences come and she actually has to do something in real life where there are real life consequences, she changes what she believes in. And this is what unfortunately happens with a lot of women. They just follow what's popular, but then when it comes down to it and they have to take it to the real world, they flip and flop and change their opinions just like this woman did. That's the whole reason I don't really have any sympathy for her. And I know a lot of people will say, yeah, she's opening a female only space, but for me it's a case of she was able to change her opinion so quickly when it was a case that she had to implement her thoughts into real life. It's very easy to type up on social media and go onto social media and post videos about your thoughts, but when it comes to actually implementing them, that's when people want to tiptoe around things and start changing their opinion to fit the real world. When it comes down to it, we all know what the truth is, but people want to continuously deny it and believe in their la nonsense when we all know it's fake.
Come on, yeah, pick up the pace, come on. No, pull back, slow down just a little bit. Don't give up, make it close. Just a second. Yeah.
You said you disagree with the outlook on S work and you would love to share that not everyone that does it wants to.
Yeah. So me being a single mom, I am very traditional, and I know we're gonna probably have fights about this on the podcast.
Hold on. Wait, you're very traditional.
I am very traditional.
Traditional?
Yeah.
But do you do you strip.
I don't want to be doing those things.
You know, it's kind of like a vegan. I'm a vegan.
But I eat meat.
But I still eat meat a couple times a week. You know what I mean?
It's not that. If I wasn't dancing right now or doing OF, I wouldn't be able to support my kids. I don't have time for a 9 to 5, but I have to still support my kids.
Really? Okay, so you have an OF. Why is there a requirement that you do BG content on the OF? If you're
It makes me the most money.
Outlook. The thing is like you were still doing the non-traditional stuff before you started the stripping for the money, yeah?
I was, but it was with the person that I planned on marrying.
Why would that make it traditional? Like, oh, I plan on marrying you, so I'm going to go do with you? How's that traditional?
We needed the extra money for the kids.
I really didn't want to comment on this video, but this is genuinely the world we're living in now. And just for context, this woman is not only a prostitute, but she has 4 kids from 4 different men and claims she's traditional. There's not much I really need to say on this video, but you guys can take from that what you will.
So if you guys could change the Constitution in one way, how would you change it?
Perverse gov major.
Georgetown University. I was literally going to say legalize abortion. Maybe abortion laws, you know? Rights to abortion, like transgender rights to have surgery without necessarily parental consent. Yes, you have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean you have right to sit there and scream at someone because they choose to change their gender or they love the same sex, things like that.
So should we add trans rights to the Constitution?
Absolutely. Definitely adding in like policies that like make healthcare more accessible for like immigrants as well as like people in low-income communities. I just think we need to get the old white fucks out of power, but that's not really a constitution issue.
I think as time passes by, people will start advocating more and more for there to be a need for a criteria for people to be able to vote. There is no way in blue hell I would want people who think like this to be able to have the power to vote for the next leaders who will govern our society. It's absolutely insane that they even say things like this, and they say it with conviction.
It's a beautiful thing, mother and daughter sharing the same husband and baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful thing.
It's not often that a mom and daughter are pregnant at the same time, let alone by the same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me, you know, honestly it was unexpected because again, we weren't trying at all for a baby, but I just like, I don't think there was ever a moment in my mind where, you know, I was upset about it. It was pure joy and bliss for me, like to know that I get to carry a baby alongside the woman who birthed me, and that our baby's gonna share that, you know, DNA from the same man. And, you know, he's been so supportive and sweet, and I couldn't imagine things any other way now.
I really crave the sweet and salty, and so, I mean, anything from potato chips dipped in ice cream to pizza drizzled with chocolate. I try to get Nick to...
Is fighting crime right-wing? No. Then how come so many blue cities are full of crime?
I don't think in terms of blue and red. I do think in terms of racial groups.
Then you know that what you did was illegal.
What did I do?
And violated my rights. You did not ask for my permission when you were
I don't need to, though. You don't know your rights, then.
You do.
No, you don't know your rights.
You have no permission to publish anything.
The mic's right here. It's a first-party consent state.
No.
You don't know your own rights.
Do not record me.
I have a secret to tell you. It's going to be...
Hey, where did you get that wonderful hat?
I got it at the Women's March back in Washington D.C. because look, man, this is work, okay? This is a full-time job. I'm not like some armchair quarterback, like some resistance lib that just tweets and platitudes for no reason. No, I'm doing the work, and I'm going to these protests, and I'm making my voice heard, and that's where I got this inclusive hat.
They're just gonna cut you and edit you into like.
Yeah, I really, my whole goal out here is to make you look stupid.
Seriously, don't.
Yeah, I don't think he had to make anyone look any type of way. He did that all by himself. He asked him a simple question and this guy went on a whole rant about something that was totally irrelevant. These people are hilarious.
You're a climate change denier?
No, I'm not a denier. I like to have an open debate about it. The problem is...
Why do we debate
just a minute. In my experience, anyone who is fanatically believing of climate change, as soon as you try and have a discussion with them, they won't. And, you know, they are part of a cult. Is there climate change? Maybe. Is there not climate change?
There's climate
Maybe.
change, there's no doubt. It's a question of how much of it is human.
Hang on a minute. Records only go back 185 years.
Well, I mean,
how do we know?
The thing is, Trump.
Well,
this is
what's
Trump
your
as well.
degree in climate change
no,
science?
I have an inquiring mind.
Right, but scientists who,
Do you?
I do, and I trust scientists who are leading their field
I've got some
at that
homework for
rather
you.
than you.
Climate the movie, YouTube, some of the world's most eminent scientists who are not in the pay of the green agenda.
Isn't it in the conspiracy
1 minute,
theories
19
always come
seconds,
from
1 hour,
YouTube?
19 minutes. Honestly, Gemma, go and watch it.
The fact that she kept on talking just proves his point. She doesn't want to hear anything else other than her own opinion. She continuously talked throughout him speaking throughout the whole video. People like her don't care about getting to the truth. They just want to believe in whatever they want to believe in. And you know what I say to that? Let them keep believing in their la land delusions. Well.
Hey Siri, call Dad.
Women are the strongest, smartest, most capable people there are. Some people may say that women are good leaders. I know, I'm serious.
The Dragon Ball in the background is beautiful. I'd rather hear Goku than her.
My pronouns are they, them, or at least that's what I share with people most often, but for this particular meeting, I will come out fully as saying that my pronouns are she, they, him.
Men need feminism. Because I know every one of you was once a scared little boy with no one there to protect him, while people all around you tried to destroy and mutilate every feminine part of you. They said you couldn't cry, they told you to shut up if you talked about your feelings, and they called you slurs if you expressed yourself. And look where we are now. They expect us to be functional people, but we're not. We're fucked up.
You need more homework to see if men should be in women's sports.
Well, I wouldn't call it men and women's sports. I've been doing my homework on what is the patriarchy, and it's basically a system that we all live under that centers white men with power and privilege and access, and they carry a sense of entitlement, and it's actually really fascinating.
Transgender individuals in women's sports, do you agree with that?
Okay, so that's a very interesting topic in my household, because I haven't done my homework on that.
Yeah.
So until I do my homework, I kind of felt like trans individuals competing on the other side, especially a trans woman, might be a little bit akin to doping, like in the Olympics, and I thought, is that an unfair advantage? But I haven't done my homework.
You need more homework to see if men should be in women's sports.
Well, I wouldn't call it men and women's sports. And
So you
like I
support
said,
the patriarchy then because of men and women's sports.
so like
Same thing.
I said I don't call trans women men. That's what I said.
So what are they?
They're trans women. I'm not saying trans women are women.
You just did.
No, I said trans women are trans women.
I'm trying to help you with your cause here. So I'm trying to
don't
say
need your
no men out of women's sports, right?
I don't need your help.
Words.
Don't need a man helping me or explaining myself to me.
Well,
Thank
you should probably get men out of women's sports, I think.
I was nearly sympathetic with her, but then she obviously went on to ramble a bunch of nonsense as they usually do. They never have any coherent points, and then when their beliefs are challenged, as always, they walk away.
Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
And she seemed to perk up, be a lot happier.
Does she like it straight away? Like you put that food down, she doesn't turn her nose up?
She likes more of the wet food type thing.
Yeah.
It's more palatable as she's drinking those water. But no, really took to it.
Two bowls here, right?
Oh, no.
One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat. Storm,
Right.
Storm, we
Don't
hate
tell
to
her,
put the
Luke.
temptation in front of you,
You
but
ready
some
for
of you,
lunch, Storm?
right? Let her go.
Should I let
Let her go.
Oh, she's obviously going to go. Obviously. Are you little?
Yes.
I didn't swear.
And there is.
Doesn't seem so vegan now, does it?
Checking it out. What do you say?
I don't even know how we can get to a stage in life where people are now beginning to force their veganism on their dogs. Yes, you heard me correct. She believes her dog is a vegan. Wow.
Hello, my name is Bridget Bandit, and I'm speaking in opposition to SB 18. I'm a born and raised Texan and full-time drag queen. Previously, I have worked with children throughout my life as a swim instructor, teaching summer art camps, hosting children's birthday parties, and volunteering in my church as a youth group leader. Today, I occasionally host drag queen story times. These kinds of events don't differ much from the kind of work I did before, yet this bill would impact my ability to work with children simply based on a subjective and ill-defined expectation of how I should look.
Why do we need feminists? Not a single woman was at the White House meeting on women's health. Here's the White House meeting on women's health. You had 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, 14, 16 women here. You literally had more women in attendance than men. Wow, life must be so hard for you staring out of a train window that was invented by men, contemplating all the ways that you're a fake victim. The ironic thing, she can't even define what that word means.